All right, here we go. So I got my tea and I'm ready to chat with you guys about all the things that we've been talking about this past month on the blog and in my newsletter. We've been talking a lot about cravings and stress and habits, good and bad foods. Is there such a thing? Comments, negative comments from others, maybe negative comments from family members, friends, maybe negative comments to yourself. So we've been talking a lot about those things, and as we headed into summer, we're getting ready to go into that season where we like relax, it's vacation, and all the things. So I wanted to let you know that in September, I will be launching a small group program for women, and I'll be taking a select number that I realize that will happen after school starts, because we know, we are gonna relax this summer, get into summer mode. So that's the time when things start to hit us and we're like, bam, So today, what I wanted to talk to you about is the difference between taking action and just kind of going through the motions, or being in motion, I like to call it. It's easy to just get bogged down and try to find the best plan to change. It's easy to just go on and try to find the quickest way to lose weight, or the easiest way to fat loss, or how I'm going to develop this like muscle mass in 60 days, or whatever it is, how I'm going to grow my business to, this amount by the end. Whatever it is, as far as reaching goals, you ever get so focused on the approach that you never get around to actually taking action? I know I have. So I want to talk to you this because I know I struggle with it, and I know that I see clients every day that struggle with it. So I've got a pretty good example that I want to kind of clearly lay out for you guys, because it's easy to just sit up here and talk. Well, actually, it's not easy to get on a Facebook Live and talk about it. But I like to tell stories and I like to give examples, especially when I'm like speaking or talking or just one-on-one in a session. It's clearly easier to get something when you have an example. At least that's the way I am. So here's a really clear example of like quantity versus quality. You're sitting here saying, Wendy, but quality for sure. I get it, but here's what I'm trying to say. Let me make the point. Point being, okay, there's this professor, and he started the semester off, and he has a classroom full of kids, and it's a photography class, okay? And he says, hey, I'm gonna take this side of the classroom, and you guys are gonna be graded on the sheer amount of photos that you bring to the table at the end of the semester. And then he tells the other side of the class, you guys, you're gonna be graded on how perfect your photo can be. And I only want one photo at the end of the year, but I want it to be super high quality. I want it to be perfect, perfecto, you get it? So all the best students were from the quantity group. And that was because they had been, experimenting with their photos. They'd been messing around with the composition and the lighting. They were like, ooh, making mistakes. Like, that doesn't work, So all the while they were honing their skills. And this is the difference between motion and action, because what happened was Group B sat around and they hem-hawed about how they were going to get the perfect photo for the perfect grade at the end of the semester. And so they showed up at the end of the semester and they basically had literally like one mediocre photo to show, and they learned nothing because they were so stuck in perfection mode. So this is the difference between being in motion and taking action. So motions are never going to create an outcome alone. So why don't we take action? Why don't we take action? Look, sometimes it's good to come up with a plan. I'm all about a plan. I think that if you don't create a plan, you're not going to pave the pathway to success, okay? But more often than not, we're running around and we're avoiding taking action. And I think we get stuck in this process because we're afraid that we're going to fail. And a lot of times I see people fail once. You know what I'm talking about. You've fallen off that wagon before, that diet wagon. I know you know it. So I've seen people fail in the process, and then they identify themselves as a failure. And so that's kind of like our inner mean girl, I like to call her, telling us that you're a failure. That's those negative thoughts that are coming in that we talk about all the time on the blog. But never, never, ladies, let failure have the final say. The sooner we accept that we're all flawed, that we all are going to fail, the sooner we put away perfection, that slave driver. I had a client once, and she kept a spreadsheet of all the things that she felt like she needed to do in a day to consider it a good day for her, that she had done well. I mean, there were things like, she was a teacher, so she was like, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to teach the kids these things, and then I'm going to do the laundry, and then I'm going to go grocery shop, and then I'm going to make dinner for my family, and then I'm going to, all of these things. And we were talking about her health, and I was trying to get her to slow down. And she's like, no, I can't slow down. I just need to add one more thing back in. I need to add exercise back in, because I can't sit down and watch a TV show that I really enjoy, because someone's going to judge me. And it's so crazy to get caught up in this like perfectionist mode and then beat yourself up when you don't do all the things. So what I'm trying to say is, we're not failures, ladies. We're human. And we learn through the process. Just like those kids learn through the process of taking all the photos. And let me tell you, I started a blog in 2013, and horrific photos. And now I can shoot a pretty good photo, but it took 2013, took years. And I have had unhealthy relationships with food, and I didn't realize it. I mean, I went into dietetics. At some point, we all kind of go into it because we have some kind of we love food, okay? So in the process of trying to help women throughout the years, of seeing them struggle, of seeing them come to me and beat themselves up, of being this perfectionist mode, I realize it's not about the food, and it never is. I could give this woman a meal plan, but she'll walk out of my office, and it might help her for a little bit. But in the long run, is it really helping her? So I've come through the process too with you guys. So I hear people, maybe you're one of them, getting stuck. Let me give you some examples of getting like stuck in the process, Oh, I talked to 4 people last night in a networking group. I'm doing really good. I made some connections. Or what about, I brainstormed some new ideas for recipes last night. And here's one. I planned out the next 25 Facebook Lives I'm going to do in front of you guys. And that'll get me to the end of the year. I'm doing really good. So what I'm saying is, don't let procrastination trip you up. Don't let your preparation become procrastination. Don't get caught up in the planning. Get caught up in the doing. Like, do what it takes. Get in front of the camera. Follow up with the people at the networking group. Whatever it is. Cook the dinner. Like, you know, the things that are stopping you. But here's the thing. There's always something there that's stopping you. And that's the thing that I get to with my clients is, what is stopping you from taking that action? What are you afraid of? So I'm going to wrap it up today because I have been talking a lot about action on this Facebook Live. And if you want to talk more about this, just shoot me a quick email at Wendy or hello@pantrydr.com. And if you're struggling with fear or coming out of this like preparation or perfectionist mode, or you know, you just want to connect with someone like a mentor or a coach or a support group, maybe you need to be connected with a group of women, then reach out to me. Because I think that being around women that can help you through this is going to be really helpful. That is why I want to launch a small group program with just a small number of women that can get the support that they need. They can get one-on-one support from me, and they can get support from each other. If you're interested in this, shoot me a quick email. Again, if you have any questions, you can always DM me if you're on Instagram. It's time for me to go make some more tea. I'm running out, and I'm getting ready to talk to a client right now. But if you're interested in healing your relationship with food, if you're interested in healing your relationship with yourself, this negative cycle, if you want to get off the diet roller coaster and you want to work through what's holding you back or what's stopping you, then definitely reach out. I'll see you in next week's episode. Yes, I am committing to a weekly episode of A Fresh Take on Health. So I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Have a good day. Bye, guys.